And welcome back. This is Vanquish Gaming League semi-final matchup between ElPolloLoco and his partner Crump versus the legendary Mord and his partner Satchmo. Now, this is game 2, of course. Game 1 going surprisingly to Pollo and Crump. Now, Pollo and Crump being the underdogs in here with a 3-3 record during the regular season, and Mord and Satchmo having a 5-1 record, losing their only loss to the undefeated team, dude from Brazil and Cello. This, of course, for all the marbles. Basically, this is what everyone's been playing their entire season for. Winning this best-of-5 series guarantees you your spot at the finals to face off against either Kid and the Business or dude from Brazil and Cello. That match coming up later, or I should say early next week. But this matchup right now is the focus of this week. Everyone has been waiting to see who is going to move on. Pollo and Crump working with an early victory, giving them a little bit of a psychological edge. We find ourselves on Lunar Colony 5, a map that is interesting to say the least. Being, you know, let's put it this way. I like this map personally. I have nothing against it. But this has been probably the most hated map in the season. For whatever reason, people just seem to generally not like it. So it is an interesting choice here for Mord and Satchmo to go ahead and play on Lunar Colony 5. You know, this is going to be an interesting matchup, considering there is so much Zerg here. We did see dude from Brazil and Cello, another double Zerg team, take advantage of the fact that Pollo here was kind of by himself and try to pick maps that would force him into his own base, therefore allowing them to kind of just rush him with lings and try to cripple him early with some early attacks, and rely on the fact that Crump is a little bit slow to get to critical mass, since he likes to kind of play more of a slow calculated game, rely on precision harassment, and they would basically split them up. You know, Pollo and Crump, second half of the season, having a lot of problems with split armies, you know, not taking advantage of combining their armies, using those strengths, playing off of each other with counterattacks like they did in the first half of the season. Now, last game, they were able to kind of pull it together. So we'll have to see if they continue that trend in this game, or if they allow Mord and Satch to get back in this. Now, we do see Pollo going for an early expansion here, and it looks like they have got this ramp fairly locked up. Cybernetics Core going down for Crump. You see Queens coming out as well for the double Zerg team, and some speed boost. Then we do see another hatchery as well for Mord, equaling the fast expand there. Last game we saw Mord expand a lot quicker than Pollo. This game looks like Pollo's got him beat by just a few seconds. Pollo, of course, is, let's find out, he is aware of this expansion. He is just barely able to see it. So he is fully knowing that it's there. However, the other team completely unaware of Pollo's expansion here. So considering that he expanded later last game and was able to hide it for quite a while, they may not find it for quite a bit here. You see Satchmo sending out some lings now to try and take over these Xel'Nagas. 4 Xel'Nagas total on this map. However, 2 of them are blocked by rocks, and most of the time people never really seem to mess with these rocks until mid game. So probably happy to just take these 2 and just keep an eye on this map. Now, one thing about Lunar Colony 5 that I really like is that it has lots of side passages. You literally have 3 different ways that you can attack your opposing team. These expansions, the naturals just kind of float towards the outsides of the map, kind of leaving this big center area here for engagements. So that is always a very useful thing. We do see a nice little pack of lings here from Satchmo, very reminiscent of game 1, and it looks like he will stumble upon Pollo's expansion here, and he will go ahead and try to deny it. So he's going to go ahead and go for those workers. It looks like for some reason he is attacking Larva, and he is now going back. Unfortunately, this queen is now out, and a pack of lings coming in from Pollo. So these lings from Satchmo are going to have to make some decisions. They were able to at least steal that queen away, but these zealots and lings coming out are going to go ahead and deny the rest of those lings anything else on this base. 75% of hit points remaining. Pollo will rebuild that queen. It's 150 mineral loss there, but pretty much an even trade. We do see little battles for these Xel'Nagas taking place that will go ahead and take this away from Satchmo. They most likely come for this one next. Do see some more lings now coming out, and speed also underway for Pollo, as well as some spine crawlers. Looks like he's going to try to defend this expansion and expect them to keep hitting it. Probably a good guess. We'll have to take a look at economy here. Satchmo once again falling behind literally half the economy of his teammate. This is one of the problems that they have early on, being able to get this going. This is a big difference from Cello and dude from Brazil, who were able to keep that economy cranked up for a lot sooner, and able to pull off these early harassments and take advantage of Poyo in their matchup. The fact that Poyo was the lone Zerg, they were able to take advantage of that, just kind of hit him early, prevent him from expanding, force him to one base the whole game. You know, Satchmo, very heavy Ling movement from him, but not a lot of heavy harassment. Just with that kind of economy, you're not able to do a whole lot. You can make attacks to Ling, sure, but as long as you've got, you know, you've got one Protoss here, all it takes is a handful of Zealots to swing that. So you really want to see Satchmo try to expand the economy, try to macro up a little bit more. You know, that would really open up his early game a little bit. Do you see legendary Mord Roaches coming out? Of course, Mord's Roaches not very effective. Last time, Crump basically going on Roach Patrol, pulling out his mobile can of raid known as the Immortal, and just laying waste to all Roaches in sight. We do see a single Robo facility this time around. Looks like a Twilight Council coming down as well. This will definitely be useful for him as he tries to divvy up a little bit from his previous strategy, but Immortal's still going to be important, considering how important Mord considers Roaches to his early game. We don't see much of a difference here from the first game as far as builds. We do see a little bit quicker time on Mord getting these Roaches out though, and we do see a lot of Satchmo slings starting to rally here in the center. And with both Xel'Nagas under their control, Satchmo kind of jumping the gun a little bit, sending these Lings in. And if his intention was to scout, that was a very expensive scouting move. Unfortunately, he's lost all of these Lings. He does know there are Immortals, however. But I feel like that's something, you know, a Suicided Overlord or even, you know, a handful of Lings could have solved. You do see a counter attack here from Poyo rolling out now. He will get picked apart a little bit by this lone Ling from the Xel'Naga, but it looks like he's going to go ahead and deny this expansion. Good Overlord placement there on behalf of Poyo, and he's going to go ahead and deny that expansion and keep Satchmo to one base. You know, Mord going for the third base over here, as the left side has been pretty neglected, the north-left side here. We do see this pack of roving Lings from Poyo just kind of looking around for any additional expansions here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the unit tab. We do see only 2 Immortals out, a little light on the Immortals for Crump. We did see him go a little heavy. Well, there's a 3rd Immortal now. And it looks like, yeah, he's building a 4th Immortal underway. So it looks like they will wait for these Immortals to come out. We do have a little bit of a spy action going on here, so he is aware of the Roaches. So that will most likely delay the attack so that he can get a few extra Immortals there. We do also see Crump going for his expansion over here, typically putting down his cannons first. We do see another expansion going down for Poyo. Poyo, very dangerous when he hits the 3 base mark. You do not want to let him get there at all. That is the danger zone for Poyo. You see Poyo's Lings just outside of this base here, and we do also see some spores going down for Mord, as well as the Hydralisk Den. So we do see some Hydralisks out as well. Not sure if Poyo is aware of this base. No, he is not aware that this base exists. However, he is about to find it, and he will go ahead and take down Mord's 3rd base. Mord's Queen needs to get the hell out of there. It is going to get dangerous very quickly. Do see Satchmo in defiance, putting down another expansion, this time with Blings waiting for that initial Ling attack. Little does he know that those Lings are a little busy taking out Mord's vacation home over here, and they will succeed and run back happy and fed. You see lots and lots of creep tumors coming down as well. Creep tumor spread, always a challenge in Zerg matches, because you don't know if spreading creep is going to hurt you or help you. In this case, since Mort is using Roaches and he is using Hydralisk, it is probably a good idea that he uses some kind of creep. We do see some Lings here from Satchmo trying to be annoying. It looks like he will take out... Oh, it looks like he just barely missed killing off 2 extra workers there. Could have easily picked those off with some micro and then continued running, saving those Lings. And now we do see Poyo's Lings running over here. Looks like they will try to take down these rocks and help Crump out. No, they are going to head straight for the Banelings, and there it is. Banelings properly placed. A nice little you know, fake out there, but we do see an enormous ball of Mutalisk here. Exact same play from last game. Poyo's basically saying, hey look, I'm gonna make you beat it, but this time we have 17 Mutalisks rolling in. This is going to be bad. We do see the spore colonies coming down for Satchmo. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little too late. Mord as well, not having really enough Hydralisks here to make a difference, and he is rolling in this entire army instead of just the Hydras. Looks like now he is cleaning that up with some micro. These spores are about to pop here, and these Hydras rolling in. This may be enough to at least put a huge dent in this. but they are going to need to act fast. These mutas are going to move quickly and try to circle around, try to take out as many workers as they can. Unfortunately, off creep, these mutalisks are just very, very slow to chase. Looks like he found plenty of targets back here, however. Meanwhile, it looks like Crump trying to be a little annoying with this Zealot, and it's going to get picked off by Satchmo, allowing that third base to survive. Mord forced to evacuate an expansion now. These mutalisks need to roll in here, try to do some damage. It looks like Poyo will roll them out just in time. Poyo using that fast micro ability that he has to try and do as much damage as possible. You see some blinks from Satchmo trying to decide he needs to roll these in here. Not sure if he's even aware of this base. It looks like he is aware of this base, yet however he is not moving these blings in right now. Meanwhile, Mord's third base going down completely undefended here. Satchmo with the ability to bling an entire mineral line of Poyo. However, he is not taking the initiative. Poyo is aware that these blings are hanging out here. Most likely will handle it soon, but he needs to make a move quickly, and here comes Crump's Immortal to distract those blings, and oh my goodness, what an absolute waste of blings. Satchmo had the shot and did not take it. That is going to come back to haunt him as these mutalisks continue to harass the mineral lines of Mord, forcing him to play defensively here. We do also have an enormous ball of roaches being negated by a ridiculous mass of immortals here. It is just unbelievable. I don't know if I've seen this many immortals in a long time. 9 immortals. Just an incredible show of force here and unit composition. Meanwhile, these mutalisks starting to be dwindled down a little bit, but doing a good job of playing tag here and forcing Mord to constantly pull off his workers. And you know, we do see some more mutalisks being built here, but unfortunately just not enough. And these mutalisks ball finally dropping down to 8. They've cut it in half, but it has been surprisingly effective at harassing back and forth. You know, and Satchmo losing that opportunity to even the score economically. We now see how Poyo and Crump are pulling ahead in economy. Satchmo trying to make up for past mistakes by rolling in these lings, but it is really not going to be enough here. Mord's roaches, though, are going to be enough, and they will steamroll this. Unfortunately, they have incited the anger of the Immortals, and the Immortals have rolled out in their little spider ways, and they are now creeping in on these roaches here. These roaches may claim this hatchery, but these Immortals are going to make sure that they're going to make them either run or die trying. And Poyo losing that base, however, trying to take advantage of the distraction, sniping out a few more Overlords. These roaches running back to the base here, and Poyo hanging back with these lings. Crump going for an expansion. It is just a lot of madness here. We do see Poyo trying to pick off Satchmo's completely undefended base here. You have a few Corruptors trying to even the scores here. It looks like they will fend off these mutalisks. However, these Immortals make quick work of that wall, and they will completely steamroll this base. That anti-armor attack of theirs is just completely devastating to anything. Here come the roaches, but they are unfortunately microed a little poorly. He lost quite a bit on that move command. And these Hydralisks now starting to try and whittle away at these Immortals, but they are fighting for their lives. These Immortals, look at them just completely slicing through those roaches. They will be much less effective, however, against these Hydralisks, but the pure hit points may help them try to at least even the score here a little bit. It looks like they will fend off these Hydralisks just barely. Well, maybe not. Looks like this one Immortal is off to the side a little too much, but he should be able to handle these two Hydralisks here. And wow, what a show of force. We do see some more lings rolling in during the distraction, trying to take out Mord's base here and his workers. Mord able to evacuate a little bit. But wow, what a show of events. So much action going on. We see Satchmo now trying to fortify the front of the base as the economy starts to drop significantly. Poyo's economy, of course, taking a huge hit when he lost this third. Do see now a bunch of slow roaches on the map here as well. We do see speed underway and more roaches coming out, as well as Colossus. You know, we have seen some Corruptors out from Satchmo that will definitely help with the Colossus, but they are in some bad shape here. We see Mord overmining his main, which is very low on minerals. All of his expansions at this point completely destroyed. He has to try and rebuild this natural as quickly as possible to get his economy up and running. Satchmo also running very low on resources, also down to one base. He keeps losing this expansion. Everyone hates this expansion site. It being underground like this, you know, below sea level, it's like basically being in New Orleans when Katrina rolls through. It's just a terrible, terrible position to try and defend. You don't even have the benefit of levies. So we have a handful of Hydralisk, Lings, and Blings with some Spine Crawlers to back them up. Basically the last line of defense here against a superior, enormous Roach army, followed by a Colossus and some extra units here. You do see these Lings just being completely demolished. They are not going to be able to stop these expansions. Crump now on 2 bases for mining effectiveness, 3 if you want to count the gas on the main. You do see Poyo as well starting to finally try to expand here. You do see some Lings rolling in, while at the same time we do have these Lings suiciding themselves into this wall. These Blings caught off guard. It looks like, oh my goodness, they will hit these Hydralisks. Perfect time. That is the second time in 2 games that we see amazing timing on Blings. And there's the GG from Mord, realizing that he cannot stop the Roach Motel from coming, and all the players leaving the game. Wow, what a shocking turn of events as Mord and Satchmo go down 2 losses early on against a team that they are favored to beat. And that means that game 3 is an elimination threat game for Mord and Satchmo, position they have only been in one other time, and this is just shocking here. The fact that Crump and Poyer are playing so well right now. They are playing their macro game. They are doing great harassment, great defense, and they are making excellent choices. But most importantly, they're attacking as a cohesive unit. They are playing off of each other in a way that we have not seen them do since the beginning of this entire season. This is just incredible. This is the team everyone thought they would be the entire season. They're picking up their game in these playoffs. They're 1 game away, 1 win away, I should say, from a finals berth, the first ever for either one of these players here. So this is going to be a very exciting edge of your seat game 3 as Mord and Satchmo at this point trying to stay alive.